Well, congratulations on your career and everything that you do.
Thank you.
For me, it's a real honor sitting here with you and talking
thank you.
about celebrating Moana for a second time now. In that topic, revisiting the movie now in a live action version, do you think people will have a different experience watching it?
Yes, I do. It's a different movie. It's also, Huepa, estamos en Puerto Rico. I think that for me, one of the things I learned is that I think a lot of people discovered Moana at home. Mm-hmm. It was the #1 movie streaming worldwide during the pandemic in 2020. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of you parents use it as a 90-minute babysitter because it is a safe, it's like a safe place to put your kids to watch this young woman save the world. Pero mucha gente lo descubrieron en casa. Mm-hmm. So I really want families to come out and see it on the big screen, oír estas canciones en Dolby Sound, donde se deben oír. De verdad que Tommy Kail, nuestro director, hizo un trabajo increíble. Es una reunión de mis colaboradores de Hamilton, porque Tommy está dirigiendo, Alex Lackmore es el supervisor musical. So I'm just really excited for people to see it in theaters, because I think a lot of people discovered it on Disney+.
I really I like the live action than the animated.
Yeah. También, eso es algo interesante también. I think yo creo que muchos adultos creen que no pueden ir a ver una película animada. They're like, oh, okay, so there's a person in it. The Rock is in it, I can go. So le dan permiso a ver esta película, which is a really, fun for all ages.
Yeah. So I want to talk about your process. I'm really curious, how do you write your songs when you're writing for Disney or any project that you do? Like, what do you think first, the story? How do you find the emotion for each song?
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, there's the world of your project. And so that process is the same. I knew anytime Disney does something set in a part of the world, there's an enormous responsibility to get it right, to make sure the people who are represented on that screen feel themselves represented, feels like it sounds like them and it feels like their world. So there's a lot of research. That's the first thing you do, is a lot of research on, the first thing when I got the job in 2014, it came with a one-way plane ticket to New Zealand, to a Pacific Music Conference, so I could hear the rhythms of this world, to hear the instrumentation of this world, working with Opataya, who is one of my co-writers, along with Mark Mancina, to make sure that the music felt authentic to the place. Then, once you inhale all that stuff, it's about telling the truth of the character and finding what that character wants to say in that moment. Sometimes it's easy. When I heard Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was playing Maui, I was like, got it. Super arrogant, but you love him anyway. Because I loved him as a wrestler, and he was so arrogant as a wrestler. So I just sort of wrote to that persona of like, you're welcome for my presence. And I knew that he could sing a lyric like that, and you would love him even more as a result. But at the same time, like, every lyric in You're Welcome are real demigod myths to the Pacific Island people. The myth of finding fire, the myth of bringing people coconuts, the myth, they're all Maui demigod myths. Mm-hmm. So I have to learn all that stuff and then sort of digest it as song lyrics for him to boast about.
Pero misión cumplida porque la película fue un fenómeno cultural.
Sí.
So, la verdad que muy buen trabajo. What's your favorite song of the movie? For me, it's Shiny, because it's the one song I cannot get out of my head. So I gotta ask you, did that happen to you? Like, there's songs that you cannot get out of your own songs?
Yeah, it's funny. It changes for me. I've been singing along the way a lot because that's the most recent song. It's the new song I wrote for it. But I know that, Shiny in particular is a really interesting. It's interesting how that song came to exist. One, David Bowie in 2016 had just passed away, and I was really sad. I'm a really big David Bowie fan. But then I heard the person they hired to play Tamatoa the crab was Jermaine Clement, who I've known for years. He's a very funny writer and comedian and songwriter, and he does a great David Bowie. Like, he has a song as David Bowie. So I was like, oh, I'll write the crab with David Bowie, so I'll make it a glam rock song, like as if this crab was Ziggy Stardust. And so that was the inspiration for Shiny. And he's sort of, you always want to give the villain the opposite lesson of the real. If Moana's lesson is to listen to the voice inside, Tamatoa's job is to go, that's bull. Make a shiny outside. The outside is all that matters.
It doesn't matter.
So you're giving them the anti-lessons. They have something to push against.
Para cerrar, ¿hay algún consejo que les puedas dar a los creadores en Puerto Rico, ya sea cineastas, compositores, ¿verdad? Mirando hacia atrás tu carrera, algún consejo que les puedas dar a estas personas en Puerto Rico que están tratando de contar sus historias?
Bueno, sí, de verdad que yo siempre le digo a los escritores que están empezando, write what's missing. Yo creo que cuando empiezas escribiendo, unas cosas pasan. You chase your heroes. You sound like a bad version of the music you like, which I certainly did. All my early stuff sounded like bad 90s hip hop and bad Jonathan Larson. Pero when you find la cosa que tú quieres ver, que no has visto, eso es cuando empiezas descubriendo tu voz. Para mí yo empecé escribiendo en The Heights, porque me encantaba esta forma de arte de
Mi música favorita, by the way.
Gracias. Pero, I wrote it out of fear. I was like, lo único que tienen los boricuas es West Side Story. Eso ya ha cumplido 50 más años. Are we ever going to get another show where we can, sin navaja en la mano, where we can just be people?
Exacto.
So, de verdad que yo escribí eso porque quería una carrera en esta forma de arte. Y siempre eso es lo que estoy buscando cuando estoy escribiendo, que es la cosa que no existe, que tiene que existir.
Pues muchas gracias por el tiempo y la oportunidad de estar aquí contigo. De verdad que fue un placer. Te traje un regalito.
Oh, great.
Una pincito de Puerto Rico.
Gracias. Thank you.
De verdad que mucho éxito en todo lo que hagas en tu carrera.
Gracias por su pregunta.